Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Recap, a guy's review. Welcome back to a new season. It's January 4th, 2022, and the beat goes on. If you're new to my channel, I recap the show. No edits, no notes, just me and you guys. No fancy gimmicks. We rely on grit and determination, and we're going to get through this. The first couple episodes are always just, I don't want to call them a snooze fest, but very hard to recap. It's just a bunch of women, a bunch of just debauchery, a bunch of booze. It reminds me of college. Okay, let's get into it. Clayton tells his mom he's the next Bachelor. Look, great way to start off. Boatloads of love. Really good way to build empathy. Everyone's like, Clayton who? The guy who looks like the host? Yeah, that's it. We got it. No one's seen him before. Back to the mansion after a 2-year hiatus. Even Jesse Palmer's never been to the mansion before. They're like, oh, this is actually not as nice in person. It's like, no kidding. It's a dump. From what I hear, it's a dump. That's why they wet everything down. Make it look shiny. It's a dump. That's what I do with my hair. It's a dump. Make it look shiny. All right. Jesse enters the show. He tells everyone he's a happily married man, just so it doesn't look like Clayton and his older twin are out looking for love. Although I'd watch that show. I'd watch the show of Clayton and Jesse going out looking for love. Hey, because they're in an age range where these women might be after a 28-year-old Jesse or Clayton and a 40 and change-year-old Jesse. Why not? You know what I mean? Age is just a number. All right. Clayton mentioned he's only got 8 minutes of screen time on The Bachelorette. It's like, really? You got that much screen time? I could hardly tell. We meet the women, and this is where it gets complicated doing the job that I do, but that's why you bestow me with the honor of recapping the show, because there's a lot going on. We have the montage. Shanae comes in hot from Small Town USA. Then we have Gabby. She was Dean and Blake's ex, NFL cheerleader of 5 years, also an ICU nurse. Rachel, a flight instructor and student. It's like, are you a flight instructor or are you a student? Because I want to know what you're studying. Are you studying how to fly planes, or are you studying something and also fly planes? I need to get this right. I don't really care about people's qualifications unless you're my dentist or my pilot. That's all I care about. Land the plane, pull the cavity. Looking for night one turbulence, are we? Let's get Rocky out there in the friendly skies. Daria is next, third-year Harvard law student. I'm doing the math. I'm like, how's she a third-year law student and filming this in the fall? How does that work out? You know what I mean? Maybe she's, zooming in from the balcony of the mansion, trying to get her classes in. Susie is a wedding photographer, which is what everyone becomes when their first goal fails. I'm kidding, but isn't that the truth? Everyone's like, I'm a photographer now. It's like, I thought you were an actor. I'm a photographer now. Don't worry about it. We love photographers. Trains jiu-jitsu, Miss Virginia. Oh, great. She's got quite the resume. I'll take it. Very nice. Elizabeth from Colorado, confident and gregarious. Why do people always say they're confident and gregarious? Aren't those just synonyms of the same word? She has big Sarah Trott energy, of course. And people, sometimes they get a comment, Dave, why aren't you putting the graphics up? Too much time. You guys are watching this while you're doing the dishes in the other room. I'm not going to waste my time. You know what I mean? It's like, I get so many comments from people, I put your content on and then I go do my taxes. Oh, is that what we're doing? Well, then no graphics. That's totally fine with me. I'll just be a voice in your head. Anyone have any dreams of Dave Neal just ranting and raving these days? Your husbands should invoice me for the time I keep you busy. All right, Sally Carson, she's up next. We've been waiting for Sally Carson. She was engaged, says a lack of trust in the relationship, which means she got cheated on. I've made 5 videos about Sally Carson already. I found this fascinating from the second this story came out. So wedding was supposed to be the day she starts Bachelor. We'll get into that more. Sally goes to speak with Clayton before the limos. Listen, this is how you start off a season. They're like, we haven't even done the limos yet. Yeah, no, we need drama. Back the drama up. We need it right now. She goes, hey. And he's like, hey? He's like, oh, you're already going to start messing with me? Sally starts talking in past tense. It's never good when someone starts talking in past tense. I was excited to meet you at first. He's like, oh, at first? What, have you even done the meeting yet? She says, I feel weird being here the weekend of my wedding. He's like, huh? Add that to the Bachelor bingo, Bruce. You know. Clayton says, I like what I'm seeing out of you. He's got like coach energy. I like what I'm seeing out of you. You bring a lot to the table. We might meet you, put you on the main roster. We'll suit you up if things keep trending in the right direction. Clayton's such a guy. He ignores her clear train wreck of a situation because she has a nice smile. This is what we do as guys. We're like, oh, this is the most dramatic thing I've seen in the world. There's no way you're ready. Let me get a rose. Hold on. Rose, can we get a rose? Oh, man. Clayton wants to prove to her that he sees a connection, gives her a rose. Or let me rephrase that. Clayton wants to prove to producers he'll do whatever they say, so he gives her a rose. Sally is confused about accepting the rose. It's like, hey, Sally, this is how the show goes. She's like, a rose? Already? What are we talking about? Yeah, Sally, you're on the show. You're on a TV show. The producers, like the camera guy's rolling. He's like, yeah, no. This is it. We're on the show. We're doing it. She's like, doing it? No. I signed those papers? What? She says no. And if you watch my channel, you know Sally is now back with her ex, apparently. We haven't gotten any info. Her ex released a statement and then deleted it. She's happy with me. It's like, is she? What did you do? Her ex and now husband guy. Well, you know what? Follow me. Subscribe for these updates because this is where I thrive. My recap channel, this is like the biscuit, the toast. This is what you get. But then the up-to-date gossip, that's the main omelet, okay? That's where you get your real breakfast in. So go follow me. Subscribe on the channel here and like this video an odd number of times. By the way, not to mention today, here's my live stream schedule for anyone wondering. We've got a 10 a.m. Pacific live stream today, 1 p.m. East Coast. That's on the Patreon. That's the Patreon. It's a private membership-only community right there. And that's where I do like the private behind-the-scenes live streams. I essentially live stream with you guys while I create more content. We source content and shoot it. You get to see my thumbnail process. If you like the behind-the-scenes, how the sausage is made, as some say, we'll pop the hood of the old engine and see what we got underneath there. And then Thursday, we'll have an actual public live stream. And again, Friday, another Patreon. So that's where the content's at. We have a ton of new Patreon members. Thank you guys so much for your support. It's much appreciated. All right, here we go. Clayton arrives to the mansion and fist bumps Jesse. That's what these bros are going to go for it. Would Chris Harrison have fist bumped? No, he would have given you a stiff, limp kind of, fishy handshake. We like Chris Harrison. May he rest in peace or whatever. First time, he's in Texas. He's alive. The first time and he's not paying state income tax. Way to go. Dupe the system. See you in Austin. I'm going to be there in a minute. First time they have the mansion together. They can make protein smoothies and eat whatever processed meat Chad Johnson left behind. It's going to be fun for them. Boy, because Clayton, there's nothing. Listen, I'm not saying he sounds like a great guy, but there's no way those arms are natural. What type of HGH nonsense are you got in those things? Let me know. Hook me up. Need some testosterone replacement. Turning 37. The ladies are like, I see a tall, handsome man. Then they walk by Clayton and say hi to Jesse. He's like, no, that guy. Points him in that direction. First limo arrival is Sarah. She's a wealth management advisor. Let's see if he can let her manage her assets, apparently. Both her assets. Genevieve is a bartender in LA. Come on. They say she's a bartender. She's clearly an actress or something. You don't just go to LA looking gorgeous to bartend. What's she really doing? Obviously they don't want to be like, this is a model from LA. She has an OnlyFans. They want to, I don't know if she does have an OnlyFans. And if she does, power to her. Make your own money. Bright red dress, that's a power dress. That's a power dress. Then we have NC, sales manager from Burbank. Burbank is miles away from LA. They're just giving out different names. And this person's from Encino. It's all Los Angeles, guys. I like how they try and make it sound like they're not actresses and models. We know what they are. Next, Clayton meets, and that's okay too. Be an actress, be a model. Go out there, pursue your dreams, live your life. Leap and the net will appear. Next, Clayton meets Susie, wedding videographer. We already saw her. She's a stunner. She puts a stunning device on the handshake. Okay, fun gag. Ugh. By the way, these women are brutal at their gag gifts, right? They're brutal at their like, I don't hug. I do a handshake. I thought she'd have like a flower with some water spraying out of it. Are you a clown? What are you? Claire shows up, and I get it. They're trying to break the ice. That's where you go. You show up, you say, Fat Penguin. He goes, Fat Penguin. You go, I just wanted to say something to break the ice. That's a good icebreaker, right, guys? That's all you need. It's a fastball down the middle. Claire shows up, Bachelor Nation. My hair's an icebreaker. That's what I do. I don't have a personality, but I brought hair. What do you need? Claire shows up, Bachelor Nation. We already have a Claire. Bachelor Nation already has enough Claire. Hopefully she saves us space for the true Claire Queen. Serena arrives, a teacher, nervous and excited. Clayton responds the same way to each girl. He goes, wow, she's beautiful. Each girl Clayton meets is the most beautiful girl that's ever talked to him. He's like, wow. He doesn't have much to, wow. He's kind of like Owen Wilson. Wow. Teddy, all right. Teddy arrives. Clayton is smitten. These girls are botching their pickup line so bad. She goes, you're the big teddy bear. Maybe I'll be your little teddy bear. It's like, what? Get your pickup line down. Did you not practice this in the hotel room? Did you not run your lines? Come on, this is live performance. You get one shot. Don't mess it up. Tessa arrives with a real pickup line. She goes, Tessa, it's asset backwards. Smacks her butt and walks away. Whatever she does. I was like, all right, that's a pickup line. She didn't really dismount it hard, but she went for it. Clayton breaks protocol to come inside and tell the ladies he's so excited. And it's only halfway through the limos. He's like, listen, we could send the rest of the girls home. This is great. This is fine. He's like, I'll go get the rest of the girls, though, just in case. Kate arrives, real estate agent from the Oppenheim Group. We've made videos about her. She works for the Oppenheim Group. She says her and Clayton can hold her nips. Then she pulls out some whiskey. I thought that was an okay one. It was kind of like, geez, she was like, I want to hold on to my nips. And then she whips it out. Come on, this is a family show. This is Disney. What are you doing there? They don't drink the whole thing. They just take a little bit for that whiskey breath. That's sexy. Nothing sexier than a little whiskey breath. Decent pickup line by Kate. She looks like she'll be a contender. Jill shows up with the ashes of her ex-boyfriends in an urn. I like this one. I like it. That was one of my favorites. This is one of the most unique entrances. She brings ashes. Where do they get these ashes? Put some dirt into a vase. The ashes, the urn, It would if she committed to the bit and actually killed her ex-boyfriends, that would be good. They're like, no, she did 8 to 10 years, but it was kind of like, self-defense. That would be interesting. But of course, I'm assuming it's just a gag, which we usually don't see much of till the fantasy suite. All right, folks. Marlena, former Olympian, throws the penalty flag 15 yards for Clayton being so fine. That's a great entrance. Like a good penalty flag entrance. They should have one with the red flag, the challenge flag. I'm throwing the challenge flag. Like you get voted off. It's like, hey, I'm throwing the challenge flag down. What's that for? Well, I challenge your decision. I think you should overturn it. I think I should stay. Jane arrives in a car. She's 33 and calls herself a cougar. More like a puma. All right, you're 33. There's somewhere there's a 35-year-old crying. Like, someone just turned 35 on their birthday. Some Samantha somewhere. And then Jane shows up saying, I'm 33, I'm old. And she's like, no, you put sunblock on. We don't smile so we don't get crow's feet. It's like, come on, live a little. Show your lines. That's all right. Or do what I do and just get a whole ton of lighting so you don't have to look old. And they're like, you still do, Dave. Holly, 63, retiree, arrives, mother of 2, and wants children. Wants grandchildren, I should say. She says she's here for the senior bachelor. And no one can tell if it's a joke. We're all like, are you here for the senior bachelor? Or what is it? What are you doing? She says she then introduces Clayton to Rachel, the pilot instructor. Holly was her wing woman. So the whole gag was that she was a wing woman. I'm sure they just cast her for the role. I don't know. I was like, maybe it'd be cool if you have a few moms introduce their daughters. A girl shows up, doesn't say anything, blows him a kiss. That's a move. She blows him a kiss. She's like, no, walks away. All right, fine. There you go. It's something. Now we have Dr. Chiropractor, physician in a lab coat and bikini, gives Clayton a full body physical. Then we have Mara. She goes, it's Mara, like marinara from New Jersey. That's the most Italian entrance. Can we introduce her to the pizza guy? Mara's like, the name's Mara, like marinara. The pizza guy's like, I'm Peter, like the pizza. Let's get together and make some pepperoni. You know what I mean? Gabby brings a pillow of Clayton and says, I want to sit on your face. Now we're heating up. Let's go. This is what I'm talking about. They waited till 9 o'clock. They're like, we can't show this on the 8 o'clock hour. But 9 o'clock, we're sitting on faces. That's what we're doing. So looks like Clayton, I'm sure no one's ever spoken to him once in any way that's aggressive like this. And she's like, hi, I'm an ICU nurse. I was a cheerleader. I've already dated 2 guys that were on The Bachelor, and I'm going to sit on your face. And he's like, whoa, here's a fantasy suite card. Just gives it to her right there. Samantha arrives in a tub, wheeled in. Cassidy arrives in a tiny car going 1 mile an hour. Then the next person arrives, truck driving over the kid truck. What a metaphor for life. You think you show up in your cool prop and the next one's like, just steamrolls it. That's a metaphor for the show. Clayton arrives, gives a speech to everyone, spills his drink. That's my guy. That's where it's at. Already sloshed. Welcome to the new year. Elizabeth gives Clayton a 100-year-old photo to hold on to. I'm loving this manipulation. She's like, here's an old photo. It's 100 years old. It means the world to my whole entire family and heritage. Don't lose this or you'll be cursed. I'll see you later. Bye now. He's like, I don't want this. He's walking around spilling drinks, being like, just don't splash it on this photo I have to hold. Immediately he handed it to a producer being like, put that in a Ziploc bag, please. Tag it, bag it, shag it. Teddy says she won't give Clayton a kiss on night 1. And then we're all sitting back going, all right, let's see about that. We're all just like waiting to see morals bend. Then they proceed to make out. There it is, folks. She's like, I'm not going to do this. And then it's like, well, here you are. Hey, don't shame her, It's one thing. It's like, and Mike Tyson says, everyone's got a plan till you get punched in the face. Everyone's got a plan till you're making out with the Bachelor on the couch. He's got his hand on your leg. Things happen. By the way, did anyone have any problem with that? We all, everyone who watches my channel comes from the, literally teens to 80s. We have, or maybe 90s. We have a wide variety of people that watch my channel here. And someone said they thought it was very aggressive that Clayton put his hand on people's legs. And I was like, I don't know if you've seen anything on the internet out there, but that's not too bad these days. 2022, you put your hand on a leg. By the way, Clayton made out with so many women that they're going to be developing a new strain of COVID after him, the Clayton variant, okay? Holy cow. He literally found herd immunity on the mansion. Colton gets it. Oh, Colton, wow. Clayton, yep, that's the first of the year. There's going to be plenty of those. Track those missteps here. Clayton gets his physical. She says, you do have a heart. Let's see if we can get it to beat a little faster. And beat it they did. A good line by the doctor. She's aggressive. She knows what she wants. Night 1, date interruptions are always funny because everyone's trying to be happy and in a good mood, but passively they're trying to interrupt each other. Like, all right, hey, how are you? And everyone's still smiling while they're just like committing, treason on each other. Clayton left Claire to go with the other girl, and then Claire's eating chicken wings alone, looking so sad. Listen, here's some advice. Never eat food alone on the show. You're going to be edited to look sad. You could be having the best chicken wing in your life. They put some sad music behind that. It's like, womp womp, you're just dipping a chicken wing. She says she says Clayton was too nice for her and called it a catastrophe. And this is how some people react to getting rejected on the show. She keeps drinking. Claire says, I would eat him and spit him out. That is a cannibal. That's what that is. That's a bulimic cannibal. All the other women are like, well, he's our guy, so bye. Clayton pulls Claire outside. He's like, I heard you said you hate me. She's like, hate, strong word. Did I say hate? Everyone's like, no, you said hate. Well, it's kind of just like, yeah, I do. And it's called, she got rejected and then try to make all these excuses for why they would have never worked out. And it's like, maybe they never worked out because you took it, you've never had to compete with 30 other women for a guy. Like, it gets complicated. Clayton, you got to play it cool first night. Clayton walks her back inside, and I wish all the girls were like, ooh, 3rd grade rules. That'd be fun. Clayton sent Claire a pack-in. She literally didn't even get to open her suitcase. It was like, all right, well, we didn't even get to the cool outfits. Look, keep the tags on your outfits. You went to Zara, you bought a lot of things. Keep the tags on them if you don't make it far on the show. Genevieve is like, I hope you don't lose faith over the process. And he like looks her up and down. He's like, no faith lost here, as he talks to a beautiful woman at a mansion. This is 2022. Life moves at you fast, Clayton. Genevieve has Bachelor in Paradise energy written all over her. We'll see her later. Teddy gets the first impression rose, and then it's rose ceremony time. And then this is what's so funny about night 1. They literally didn't even put the names of the girls that were voted off night 1, so we don't even know what their names are. And I'm not to say that they don't matter, but here's the deal. You know me. We don't start to remember names till the 3rd or 4th episode. We got to just kind of exfoliate some of the dead skin cells off the body here. We need to move forward, and then we'll get to know the Rachels, the Gabbys, the Katie, whatever, all these other ones, right, folks? All right, so do me a favor. If you want to follow me, go to patreon.com/Dave Neal. For as little as $5 a month, you can join the private membership-only community and see what we're doing on the live streams. If you want free content, go to Dave Neal or D Neals on Instagram @DNeals, and you can see all my stand-up comedy clips, where I'm going to be performing next, all the updates and things like that. And I appreciate you guys subscribing to my channel as well. Thank you so much. We just hit 50,000 subscribers right before Christmas, so I appreciate everyone who's here along the journey, and we will see you later today. Oh, by the way, I wanted to mention this. I'm going to be doing 5 o'clock phone calls. So if you want to leave a phone call, or voicemail, I should say, call in 401-213-9828. Let me know what you're talking about, what you're thinking of, whatever's on your mind, whatever you want to say, do it over there. All right, folks. See you later. Bye now.